Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Friday. Today's the 8th of December. We just had a big, welcome back, everybody. Just had big non-farm payrolls this morning. Market kind of is all over the map. Looks like it wants to break out. Let's go ahead and get into the charts. One of the things that's going on right now is rollover, and I'm on the Thinkorswim platform. Let's actually get right into the charts here. I'm on the Thinkorswim platform, and they are a little bit late on the rollover. So their continuous charts are still on, believe it or not, are still in the December, although the March is actually now officially the front month. And that actually, the March is actually about 40-50 points higher than this. So this may be a little bit of a, bottom line is we're still basically, no matter what chart you're tracking, looks like we're probably going to make a high right here on the S&P, whether we get followed through later today, or tomorrow, next week with the Fed. We got CPI, PPI, so we still got a bunch of stuff, under the surface. There's just a lot of churn and burn, lots of stocks just moving back and forth. This morning, we just had, it was all over the map. So it looks like we're heading higher. NASDAQ still kind of lagging. Looks like that's also moving up a little bit higher, but nothing new here. If you just look at these charts, this is all I got to go with right now. When I do the session on Tuesday, we'll go through the new charts, which are going to create a gap. 200, actually, the NASDAQ is up 200 points higher on the March. So, again, we just had a class about this. It's going to skew the charts and kind of messes things up. There's really nothing on top on the NASDAQ on either type of chart. So it's going to be interesting to see next week if, the only way to really follow this is if you look at the SPY, which actually cleans up a lot of the charts. The SPY is actually coming into a distribution level on the daily charts, right? So if you look at the SPY, that's actually about 4 or 5 points away from, actually about 3 points away from a distribution level up top here. So that would be something we can look at in terms of if the market is going to peak at some point here. Obviously, still looks very strong going into the end of the year, but we're still not even there yet. So 463 on the SPY. If you can line that up with a futures chart, that would be better. Also on the Russell, that still hasn't broken out yet. And then the Dow looks like that's going to make an all-time high as well on both contracts. So all in all, kind of just more of the same, a little bit stronger today. We'll see if we get any follow through next week, and maybe Chair Powell throws cold water on this rally. We'll have to see. Today, initially the jobs report came a little bit hotter. But then, the buy the dip crowd came in again. Rates did jump a little bit here. We've got the 10-year coming up a little bit. Nothing, the 30-year did pull back, but nothing new here. Also, the dollar kind of needs to break out above 104.55. And we're coming into rollover on these as well. We got ECB next week and Bank of England. The Japanese yen, which is I've been kind of talking about and writing about, did kind of pull back a little bit here. We'll see if that actually is a true rally and it's going to be meaningful, or it's just another kind of false break. Similar to this, looks a lot like gold. Remember, I mentioned a blow off top in gold, and now we're following through. It looks like gold's heading back down to, at least in the 1950s or even lower, who knows. But right now it's still looks like a blow off. And if it does, we got a lot of downside still on gold. Silver, similarly, silver actually is selling off harder today, and looks like that's headed down to 22. Okay. Also oil, just trying to, recover a little bit. Nothing, again, nothing great. Just, I guess we just call it a minor bounce. If we get any follow through next week, nothing new. You got some supply right around 72, but nothing new here. And then I did mention, also looks like nat gas is kind of hovering around the 250. Can't get above 262. This is a long-term major support area in nat gas, right there at 250. If it breaks 250, then obviously it's probably heading down to 2. But after this huge drop, I would suspect that we are probably going to get some kind of a bounce in here at some point, especially if we hold this type of candle right here. We had a little bit of a reversal here that's kind of trying to hold on. Next step is we got to move above 262, and then I think we got a shot at probably 280, 85, and then eventually higher. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. We had a grain report, and that really just was lackluster. Not really anything that we got some movement, but generally nothing to break out corn or wheat or any. But corn's been sideways, and wheat has been rallying, and there was just no follow through today as well on this. So generally, just again going into like week 3 of a general malaise. Everybody again is very bullish, but really the markets, aside from that, again, those big jumps that we had earlier in the month in November, we've been tracking sideways. It does seem again like I would still call this. You can see it. You just looking at this chart, you can see, well, it's just at the top end of the range. We really technically have to break out above the July highs on this thing to get this technically to be a breakout. So I would just call this, this 3 weeks have been sideways, been very frustrating for anybody trading. Even this morning, if you attempted to trade this, you got whipsawed. It was all over the map. You can see inside the range, it's been just back and forth. We're just now barely at the top end of this range, so we haven't really made any progress, which has been a little frustrating. But under the surface, there's a bunch of stuff. We had DocuSign report today. We had Lululemon. That's again where a lot of the action is as well. So we shall see next week. Again, another interesting week with CPI and the Fed. We also have Oracle reporting, and I believe it's Home Depot. I can't remember. Yes, I think it's Home Depot. So we still have some earnings coming out. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. All right. Have a great weekend. And if you need anything, again, subscribe to the newsletter. Thanks for attending the class. We had a pretty decent class. If you want any information on further classes or want to contact me, support at all the links below are below. So I will talk to you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Take care.